to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Michaela Caroline. Super nice to meet you. Today's video is going to be related to the chaos that we all know is going on in the world, and that's the spread of this coronavirus. This is a very, very weird time in the world, and I feel like everyone just kind of feels either like you don't really know which way to turn. If you don't really, I don't know, you just feel stuck. You don't really know what you can do. And some people obviously may be out of work, or everything just is impacted by this, and it's absolutely crazy. And if you would have told me this would be going on this year, I would have thought you were nuts. And if you hear any background noise, my window is open because we've been inside for quite some time due to all of this, and it's 80 degrees and sunny outside, so I'm sorry, we had to open the windows. That's what that noise is. So today I figured I could share some self-care tips that we could do during this time. It's obviously a very, very scary time in the world, and I really hope you guys are being safe and smart and, you know, social distancing and keeping yourself at home as much as you possibly can, so we don't risk anybody else that could be more susceptible to this virus, and especially like the elderly and little kids and people with autoimmune diseases. I just learned that people with type A blood are more susceptible to it. So it's really important to just stay home as much as you can, because you could be a carrier and not even know it, which is really terrifying. With that being said, if you're anything like me, it's really hard to just stay home for an extended period of time and not do anything. I'm someone that has to be going or be productive constantly. Like, even after I take a shower at night or take a bath, I still feel like I need to be productive, which is so weird, and it may not be a good thing, but that's just the way that I'm wired. I know I'm not the only one, so but if you're the same way, or if you're just getting tired of just sitting inside, this is really a time where we have to try to make the best of the situation at hand. Obviously, you need to stay informed. We need to respect what's going on, because a lot of people are losing their lives, and it's really, really scary. And if you know someone that has it, or if you have it, you know, my prayers and my thoughts are with you, and we're gonna get through this together. It's gonna be over before we know it, and the world's gonna go back to the way it was, and hopefully an even better, because I think we've really seen how people have banded together during this, especially like in Italy. I've seen so many different videos of people sitting on their balconies just singing together, and it warms my heart. It's amazing that people in the world are coming together for this. And where I am, there are cases, and there's new ones popping up left and right every single day, and it's kind of scary. So like Kaylin she said in her video, it's a time to slow down and slow our life down. It's important to take this time and just take the self-care that you don't normally have time to do, and do things you don't normally get to do, and enjoy the time being home. I figured I'd make a video and just give you a couple self-care ideas of things that'll just make you feel refreshed and make you feel so much better with what's going on and while you're at home. So I broke it down into 3 different categories, and I did cleaning, beauty, and then health and productivity. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So the first category that we're going to start off with is cleaning. I feel like if you clean your space first, it gives you a really nice foundation to go and do other self-care things, because I know if my house is clean, it makes everything I do feel 10 times better. So the first thing that I would suggest to do is to completely clean and sanitize your home, and that means door handles. Everything, every surface, make sure you are cleaning it and sanitizing it, because you could pick up germs from running to the grocery store, or going to pick up a prescription, or go to a bank or anything like that. You do pick up different germs. So it's so important to, especially if you have multiple people that live in your home, you need to sanitize the door handles, every door handle in the house, all the surfaces, and just keep it nice and clean. That's the first thing I would say to do. The next thing is to go and organize your closets. That's a plane in the background. I'm so sorry if that's loud. And if you've already organized your closet, go through and make some new outfits, or go and rediscover pieces that maybe you forgot that you had, or go on Pinterest and look up different ideas that you could do with a certain clothing piece. Like, you can come up with so many different outfits, and that'll even make you feel more refreshed. So once you do go back to school, or you do go back to work, you have a cool new outfit. Maybe a few new cool outfits if you're able to come up with several different ones. It's very therapeutic, and that way you feel like you can actually kind of upscale your current pieces that maybe you felt kind of tired of. Maybe you can come up with a new outfit that'll just make it feel like it's brand new. My next tip would be to deep clean places that haven't been deep cleaned in a very long time. So this could be anywhere. I mean, you could, you know, clean out your bathroom, you could go through and reorganize drawers, you could deep clean your car, clean your vacuum filter, clean maybe the tops of shelves that you don't normally clean, or just literally just whatever you feel like needs to be cleaned that you don't normally touch, that would be considered deep cleaning in your house. I would do. For one, it'll make you feel better, it'll kill off germs, and it's just something that's very good because it could get dust up that maybe has been bothering you, or it's just good thing to do to deep clean. It makes you feel so much better. The next thing you can do is rearrange your room or rearrange your house. Rearrange the space that you're in. It'll make it feel so refreshed, especially after everything's been clean, and it'll just give it a new feng shui and just a new vibe, and it'll make it feel almost like you redecorated it, which I guess in a way that you did, but it's doing it without spending any money. So rearranging my space is always something that I like to do because I do like to switch it up, and I feel like it makes it more cozy whenever it's like almost feels like a new room. Like you just went and you just completely changed the vibe of it, and it's a nice little change to have for sure. Now we're gonna move on to the beauty portion. So now that our house is nice and clean and sanitized, we can take care of ourselves. This is more so of like physical self-care. So the first thing I would say is to take a bath. And I like to include essential oils in my bath, like lavender, frankincense, tree oil. Lavender is probably the best one though, just because it's the most relaxing essential oil. And just, you know, put a couple drops in your bath, light a candle, turn on some music or grab a book, and just literally just chill for a good little bit. And it'll relax you, it'll help your muscles, especially if you've been kind of cooped up. It'll really help kind of loosen up your body and relax you, and just give you a nice mental clarity, in my opinion. A bath always makes me feel so much better, and especially I love the feeling of getting out of the bathtub, putting on a bathrobe, and walking out into like a freshly cleaned space. It's just such a nice, satisfying feeling, like, because everything's clean, I love it. And while you're in the shower, you could definitely take this time to maybe shave more extensively, exfoliate, tweeze. If you tweeze like your eyebrows or anything like that, it's definitely a great time to do that. It just makes you feel clean, it makes you feel refreshed, and now that you have the time to do it, you might as well do it. and don't forget to moisturize, especially if you exfoliate or shave, because that will dry your skin out. So moisturize. So something that always makes me feel better is to self-tan. I feel like my clothes look better, I feel like my makeup goes on better, I feel like my skin is clearer. I just feel like I feel so much better once it's done. So I would take this time and do that as well, just to make yourself feel really good. Even though you're at home, you may not be going anywhere, it makes me feel so much better. Definitely take this time to do that if it's something that you enjoy doing, or that you just like the feeling of after it's done. Just like I do, this would be the perfect time to do it. And while we're at it, we can also paint our nails. I love having a super nice fresh tan and then like white nails, or like freshly painted nails, especially white. Especially now that it's warmer where we are, it's really nice to just have just freshly painted nails. Even if you don't go anywhere, like, it's good to just look at them and be like, dang, my nails look good. And it's free because you do it at home. You don't have to go and pay a professional to do it. Self-tan and painting nails go hand in hand for me, and you can do that after you take your nice long bath. And the last thing that I would say as far as beauty goes is to do a face mask. I find that whenever I do face masks, my skin is so much better. I like just making mine at home. I don't have a particular one that I buy from the store because I feel like they just all have too many additive things in there, and I'm not about that. So I use honey. It's a local honey that we have at home, and you can use any kind of honey. Manuka honey is the best, but I just don't have any because it's kind of expensive. So just use honey as your base. You can mix it with cinnamon, which is an anti-inflammatory, and I believe it also kills bacteria on your skin. There's turmeric, which is also an anti-inflammatory. Just mix honey and then one of those or lemon, and it will really, you can look on Pinterest and see a bunch of different face masks you can do with honey, but just the one that I use the most is honey and cinnamon, and I just mix it together and put it all over my face and let it sit for like 10 or 15 minutes. and it just makes my skin super moisturized, and it really helps with breakouts too. I can do a whole video on at-home face masks if you want, and it's just stuff that pretty much everyone has in their kitchen. I would definitely do a face mask too, because it will just make your skin feel all better. So now we're moving into health and productivity. So the first thing I would say is to stretch and meditate. Kind of two different things. So stretching your body, it's really going to keep it from getting too stiff, especially if you're not able to be as active as normal, which you can do at home workouts. But I know sometimes like, being at home, you're kind of more stationary than what you normally would be. So being able to stretch keeps you nice and limber, so that if you are working out, or if you do start working out, your muscles are prepared for that and they recover a lot easier, but it also just makes you feel so much better. I know for me, like, I could be sitting and I just like want to scream because my arms feel restless, or my legs feel restless, or my back hurts, and stretching just for like 5 minutes will make all the difference. And combine that with a hot bath, it's the best feeling. And meditating kind of goes along with stretching. It really does make a difference. It gives you a lot of mental clarity, especially with all of the negativity that's going on in the world right now. It's so important to just kind of look inward and look and care for yourself, because that's really all that you can do right now, is make sure you stay okay so that everyone around you stays okay. And if you take this time to kind of, you know, I guess not really soul search, but really just slow down and look at yourself and your state of mind and your mentality, and I really think meditation does that, and I think it really brings you to a different level of peace. Headspace and Calm are two apps that are have really good guided meditations, so which is what I need, because I still haven't gotten to that point where I can just sit down and just meditate. It's a hard thing to do and to keep focus on that, and because you can get distracted so easily, so I would suggest starting with guided meditations. And like I said, Headspace and Calm are the ones that I have, and they really help you with guided meditations and get you on the right path to where you can learn how to just focus your thoughts and your energy on yourself like that. My next step kind of goes along with that. It's to do an at-home workout or a yoga flow. Like I said, this is going to get your body moving, this is going to get your blood flowing, it's going to put you in a better mood, in a better headspace, and make you want to be more productive. So if you can take 30 minutes to do an at-home workout, or 15 minutes to do a yoga flow, definitely do it. It will help you out so much. The next thing you can do is to start journaling. And if you're not a writer, that's totally fine. You definitely don't have to do any of these things. This is just stuff that I like to do that helps me out and helps me stay productive while I'm at home. And journaling really helps you with your emotions. It keeps things from getting so bottled up. I misdirect my emotions all the time. So journaling is a place where you can go just for yourself. Nobody else ever has to see it or has to read it. It doesn't have to be in any particular way. It's literally just for you to dump everything in your head out. Like, get it out. And you feel so much better because you feel like you have just this safe place to go to, and it doesn't have to be a person. It can literally just be with yourself, and you're just dumping out everything you feel, everything you think, and just having that, like, having it taken out of your head and put in physical, like in the physical realm. It helps in such a weird way, because I think it just makes it where it's like, it's a way of processing it, especially if you're feeling a lot of mixed emotions right now. I know everyone's life has been impacted so much. Like, everyone's life has been basically just put to a halt due to this mess, financially and mentally, and you know, you can't go do the things you normally do. So, and it's gonna cause, you know, some negative emotions, and that's totally fine, but you have to vent somehow. So journaling is a really great way, and it doesn't have to be about negative stuff. It can be just about random thoughts that you've had. It could be a dream that you've had. It could be your goals. It could be literally anything and any thought that you have, but it's just a place for you to get it all down. The next thing I would do, and if you aren't a fan, it's totally fine. It's just something that I do some tarot. Like, it's really fun to just connect with the universe in that way and almost get insight on maybe a question that you have, or if you need some guidance about which way you want to go in your life. And if your family is at home with you, and y'all are spending time together, it's a great way to kind of get everyone together. It's different than just a board game, but it may really help someone in your family if they need to hear something, and especially if they haven't ever done it before, it's really cool to see people's reactions whenever they realize how accurate that it is. It's really funny. My brother actually did it a couple months ago. He'd never heard of it, and he pulled a card and it was just so accurate, and he goes, "This is a joke, right?" And I'm like, "No, that's the one you pulled." It's really cool. It's a way to interact with your family and also give yourself some insight. The next thing you can do is create a vision board or update your vision board. I know mine is consistently being updated. I did mine virtually and I made a video. I can link it up in the description or up in the eye. I have a video on how I make an actual vision board and how I make one on my computer to where I have it on my phone and my laptop, so you can do whichever one works best for you. And it's a way to just remind yourself of, you know, your goals. And even though right now it may seem like you can't do a whole lot to get to where you want to go, there is always something you can do. But just to like keep yourself like focused on, okay, this is still what I want, even though the world is chaos right now, this is still what I'm going to work towards. And something that can almost be your escape, to where whenever you're feeling so low and you feel so upset, whether it be about being, you know, financially unstable. That's a really big issue right now, is people being out of work and not making anything, and it's scary and it feels like it puts a halt to everything. And having a vision board will just remind you, like, it's not always going to be this way. This is a temporary moment in time, and it's going to get back to where it's normal. Some sense of normalcy will happen again. It's not gonna last forever. And I think a lot of us do forget our goals too, because we become so wrapped up in the mundane, and especially if you're just kind of at home and you're not really getting to be out and you know, be social and just be around people as much, we can kind of get into our own thoughts, and that can be really bad sometimes if you're heading in a, you know, negative headspace. And it happens, it's totally normal, but you need to know how to pull yourself out of it. So having a vision board is really going to help you, especially if you can set a new goal now that you have free time on your hands to maybe do things you didn't have time to do before. And again, I will have those videos also linked down in the description too, so if you want to make one, you can watch those and check them out. And this kind of goes along with the vision board, is to write your goals. This helps me a lot, is to just rewrite your goals every morning, like while you have your coffee or your tea or something like that. It'll help you start your day off on a really good note, and just again keep you driven on what you really want out of your life. The next healthy productivity thing that we've been doing is just reading books that we haven't had the chance to read. I have a video on books that changed my life, but I can also do an updated one as well of different books that I've been reading. But now's the time to, like, you know, read that book in the back. Take that extra few minutes in your morning to just to yourself to read, or just at nighttime, or just, you have a lot of free time on your hands, so let's try to learn something and at least just work our brain a little bit. And it's also like an escape, I feel like, too, from everything. And reading a book can maybe teach you something else, or if it's about your career or your craft or what it is that you want to do, it can just kind of get your brain working. It can inspire you. You can learn new things that you didn't know before. And reading is also really relaxing too, especially if you open your window like mine is currently open right now. Look back and open your book and feel the breeze and, you know, feel the sun, or just listen to the world out there. The next thing, you create a new routine for yourself. So I know we're probably all out of school or out of work right now, so you don't want to get too far from your normal schedule, because once all of this is kind of over and we don't really know when, you know, schools will take back in, or when jobs will, you know, start having people come back in as normal again. You don't want to get too far from your normal schedule, because you don't want it to be super hard to get back into the swing of things once this is all over. So I would say to kind of keep the time that you wake up consistent, and also the time you go to bed consistent. And the next thing you can do is catch up on your shows and catch up on YouTube. This is something I definitely do. My top two are Sarah's Day and Kaylin Nicholson. They're just incredibly inspiring. They're super positive. I feel like I know them even though I don't actually know them, but I feel like we're friends. We are, they just don't know it yet. That's my escape. Books and YouTube are definitely my escapes. And last but not least, to me is the most important, if you have any pets or if you have family members or significant other, is to spend that time with them. So we've been spending a lot of time with our kitties. Tums is actually sitting right here. You know, animals can sense a lot. They know when something's wrong, they know when the energy's off. You may not be able to see them a whole lot if you're at work all day or at school all day normally, so just definitely take this time to spend with them because they won't be here forever. They may be only a small part of your life as far as like how many years that they're with you, but you're their entire life. So it's so important for us to just be with them and let them know it's okay. And plus that makes you happy to just hold your kitty or hold your puppy, or I have a chinchilla, hold your chinchilla, her name is Luna. Just hold your hamster, your guinea pig, whatever pet that you have. Definitely just spend some time with them and let them know that they're loved. Treasure the day that you have with your pets or with your family. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and conclude the video here. Those were all of the self-care ideas that we have been doing and things that I want to do that usually make me feel really good now that we have a lot more time at home. So definitely, if you implement any of these tips, definitely let me know. Or if you do any of these things, if you have any other ideas, leave them down in the comments because I would love to hear them. I'm all about productive and self-care, so I would love to hear if there's anything that I missed or if there's anything that you do that makes you feel really good, especially whenever times are rough like this. And if you have any videos that you want to see, definitely leave them in the comments down below as well. And please stay safe wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay at home. And if you're sick, I really hope that you get better. It's all going to be okay. We're all in this together, like I said, and we're gonna come back from this even better than ever. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.